So this is Level Up TV's coverage of aCtion League versus l0wfly in the ClanBase EuroCup 26. Quake Live TDM with me, Disrepute and Vor. Let's have a look at the rundown of the teams very quickly. ZLC, Nightops, Dash and Gooda for l0wfly. We've got 666 FRS, Funny Bee and Silentep, and we're ready to go on intervention. Third and final map decider, and we're following Silentep off the start. He gets that mid-yellow and the shotgun. Misses out on the rail. He saw his opponent take it, couldn't really counter it. As you say, Vor, rail is going to be one of the key weapons on this map. Very strong.
Yeah, obviously the other key weapon is lightning gun, but you know there are areas on this map where the lightning gun has absolutely no chance of being within range to fire, so that rail is vital. So even if you control the red, you really have to make regular excursions out towards the rail to look to control it.
Dash getting the shotgun frag there on Silentep as actually take a minimal lead to start off with. There's the first quad of the map, 40 seconds in. And Dash is going to grab himself. That one fragged instantly, but at least he didn't get his opponents grab it. And they had 3 of their players ready, dying for it.
Fortunate for Dash, he certainly was the only action player there. And as you say, with 3 players bearing down on him, it was a vital steal.
Now on to FRS. He hasn't got a weapon at the moment, so I might just cycle around a little bit. ZLC hasn't got a weapon either. Following Nightops now. Yellow at mid, railgun in hand, and we see the kind of shots you can get there, unreturned. He was in a great position. Now going to drop down for this mega health. Going to have to back off quickly though against FRS's shotgun at point blank range.
Yeah, interestingly, I'd seen FRS pick up the lightning gun, but obviously he didn't want to go in aggressively and try and take Nightops out with it.
I was having to back off now though because he's run out of ammo, so let's cycle around a little bit. In fact, it looks like l0wfly in a very good position on the red side of the map. Going to switch around to Funny Bee here.
Yeah, they're picking up red armors and they're picking up lightning guns, which is a surefire way to guarantee yourself the ability to push out and challenge for the megas and the rails.
As long as you don't let your opponents get too many railguns, this is the dominant position to be in.
Yeah, certainly. But as you say, if you do allow too many rails to fall into the hands of the enemy, it becomes almost impossible to push out of red at times.
There we go, we saw Gooda there just getting a railgun kill across the map. He's going to try and back off. I think he was heading for that yellow, missed and what could be a vital rail and saving his teammate's life there, but doesn't look like it really mattered. 666 eliminated, leading up to the quad now, 30 seconds before Gooda. We're following him at exactly the right time. Good read from Gooda. 15 seconds to go before the quad. You want to start setting this up, this one up maybe a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I mean, if you get to quad first, it's hard for the other team to push in if your setup is strong and you have weapons to defend it with, so getting to quad early usually is a strong advantage.
Well, that's an easy pickup for aCtion. I'm really surprised l0wfly didn't come in, but we saw some very good defensive positioning from 2 of the aCtion players there. I think it was, what, Dash and Nightops?
Yeah, and sometimes you do just have to decide not to challenge quad if you are totally out of position for it.
There you go, good timing. He's going to take that one right in front of 666. He really rushed and tried to just steal it in front of the quad, which if it works out...
Rocket launcher. It was a good challenge, I think.
Yeah, there you go, 3 frags off the bat. He's missing some, what you'd expect him maybe to hit rails, but that's a good bit of quad play from Gooda. He's been caught out of position here though by his teammate's death there. That's unfortunate. l0wfly playing very well around this red area. They're really getting the advantage. We see them. It's a lot's got to do with the fact that their entire team is rushing for it. We haven't seen a 4-man rush from aCtion.
Yeah, and that was the similar sort of problem aCtion had on, I think, Grim Dungeons is, you know, their attacks weren't as coordinated as l0wfly's.
Although interestingly, looking at the scoreboard stats, there's only 1 red difference between the 2 teams. There's a bit more of a gap on the yellows and megas in favour of aCtion though, so l0wfly not getting the best of the pickups in the moment. Great direct rocket across the map by Silentep. Bit of plasma span as well. Now he's... Whoa! Look at those grenades! Flying it right in the face, and he practically committed suicide there. I think he'll be hurting a little bit positionally on the map, holding red but not having a railgun. This is a kind of map.
Yeah, but he's a very strong player with lightning gun. I mean, he can be as effective, you know, with a lightning gun as he is with rail a lot of the time. I mean, if he was to be taking lightning gun and be pushing to mega, then he'd be one of the best players on their team to fulfill a role like that.
Well, I switched around to Silentep now. He does have a railgun. The red armor will be after quad, so he's going to miss the quad. It looks like he's just going to try and counter the pickup with some rails. Hits the first rail, second rail from FRS, who is eliminated by ZLC, who's going to dive in, maybe steal this red away. He is! He was fragged by Silenset, but it was after the pickup, so good steal from ZLC in the end. So we're a quarter of the way through this third and final deciding map.
Yeah, and if Silenset can kind of set himself up in positions like this, if he can keep himself topped up on health and armor, then it will be quite devastating. And he's low on rail ammo at the moment, but... Oh. Well, there you go, good ambush.
And the kind of position he just had to stray away from to pick up the health is the kind of position that would stop Good at getting into that position. But it looks like l0wfly are going to come out in the red armor area. Of course, they missed the pickup, so...
Yeah, and they have a reasonable lead at the moment as well. If they can just keep taking those lightning guns, pushing out to Mega, then that will really put them in good stead. I mean, at the moment, they're not, I don't think, getting enough items. You know, they've done well in this red area, but they've only taken 2 more reds from aCtion, whereas, you know, aCtion, they've taken 5 more yellows and 4 more megas, so they can't fall behind on the items, l0wfly.
Following Funny B now, a 10 frag margin for l0wfly at the moment. He's got a lightning gun, he's got a rocket launcher shotgun. 85 armor to his name, 5 seconds to go before the red armor. He's going to double it up, is it? Be an interesting decision on this map when you get railed to pieces.
It's got quite a long time until quad.
Oh, that's a great rail by Dash, a second rail as well. And Nightups has eliminated him so easily with the rockets. Exactly, it was
200 armor and he's achieved nothing, unfortunately, and that's significant for his team. That, you know, he's taken all that armor, no one else would have been getting any.
There's one last red armor grab before the quad. 10 seconds time for that. Nightups were following in the moment, going to take this last mega. They really need to get there now, though. Oh, Funny B going down again there. FRS, did he have the armor? He went down probably easier than if he had armor, but Nightups now with the quad. 1 frag off the bat, and this is surely the time they're going to tie the game up. Nice use of plasma there. We've seen excellent work with plasma from Nightups in these last 2 maps. Red armor, he waits where he does reward himself with that one, and still just 1 frag behind. 5 seconds to go on this quad. He's going to move to the middle ground of the map looking for the frags. Was countered by somebody in the back. Not enough to take him out, but enough to worry him.
Yeah, so it was a fairly nice quad run. It's brought his team right back into this and into a lead now.
Yeah, they got control of that red armor as well. You see both teams doing this down to the lightning gun. They're out of control of the red, which would give position on the lightning gun to the red team, but they're sending 2 players down to take that lightning gun.
It's going to be interesting to see if aCtion actually make better use of the lightning gun. I mean, I don't think we saw enough pushes to the mega from l0wfly. I mean, that route from the lightning gun to the mega through the red armor room, that's a very easy route to take when you control that area, and not really very easily counterable either, and it takes you right round to the mega health, and yet we didn't see l0wfly really utilise that route at all.
Great rocket launcher frag by Nightups, he got 15 health. Yeah, it's a big advantage on the megas. I mean, the other pickups are relatively similar, but the megas are going way in favour of aCtion at the moment. And usually it's a pretty contested position with both teams. That's a great rail by Silenset. Pixel rail there, 70% rail at the moment. And we'll just start to see, I think, the positions you can take up to really ruin a team in that.
Well, he's in a
room.
great position at the moment. It allows him to help his teammates in the red room, but he's also there for the quad. He can shoot towards that yellow armor and the bounce pad.
He's moved right into the quad already, perhaps not 100% accurate on the timing here, because he can pay a heavy price for going there early. He does get the frag, misses the rail shot though. Got to be so cautious that any rockets flying down here is going to get taken out by ZLC. Yeah,
unfortunately, you know, he was on that quad spot too early, and you know, by the time it was time to pick it up, his teammates were dead, and so much pressure coming from the free aCtion players.
There's a great frag by ZLC, perfectly timed rocket, and then the rail to finish it off. aCtion's still in the lead here. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you can play that area where you can almost sacrifice the quad a little bit yourself to pick up the on-rushers that are diving for that empty quad spot from the balcony. I mean, he had a lightning gun, he had a rail, the perfect weapons to counter drop-downs like that. But he decided he wanted the quad himself, and because he wasn't quite accurate on the time, he just put himself in a vulnerable position.
Yeah, perhaps he could have baited it with the weaponry he had. He could have just shot the people dropping down for it. But, you know, it's important, obviously, to try and get the quad, and that was his focus.
It is only a 5 frag deficit they're facing anyway, so not all is lost at the moment. We are just at halfway through this third and final deciding map. aCtion just in the lead on this one. As we follow Funny Bee for l0wfly down at this lightning gun, calls his teammates to secure it out. He wants to push this mid. Now you've got to be so cautious against raiders in this area, but he does have a railgun to counter himself, so it's not that bad of a move, and takes out Nightops, who's been the guy for aCtion taking that mega.
Yeah, and this is more of what l0wfly needed to do. They took the lightning gun, they went all the way round and took the mega as well.
This is a great position to catch out as LLC wasn't quite ready for it. It does hit that grenade, which would annoy LLC so much. Going to cycle around and follow. Well, silence Ep. 177 armor on the boy. Rocket launcher in hand, takes a lot of damage though from that shotgun. They should secure out this quad. I mean, oh my god! aCtion got some great spawns in there though. There's a good rush, grabbing that quad away. Look at the score difference though. I mean, for one frag game, just in favour of aCtion still. Saved the day there, grabbing that quad, didn't they?
Yes, certainly.
ZLC just at the backside of the map. Going to switch around, have a look at some other aCtion players. Oh, wants a Funny Bee in fact, due to that frag changeover. Picking up that yellow, underutilised that yellow, I'd have to say, on this map.
Which yellow? The plasma yellow?
Plasma yellow.
Yeah, it does take you out of the way a bit though, but it certainly does make a difference if you can keep it timed and not waste too much time in collecting it.
Funny Bee has moved out a lot to this centre ground of the map we've seen in the last couple of minutes, and I think that's making a big difference at the moment, although they are not in control of the red, of course, on this occasion. And easy.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. When they had that good control, well, at least good positional control of the red early game, they just weren't pushing out towards the mega enough, I don't think. And yet, you know, now they're perhaps paying the price for it, because aCtion do seem to be slightly stronger on doing that. You know, they're taking the red, but they're also making sure they've still got a good presence at the rail and at the mega.
Good and 9 impressives, 59% rail, 37% lightning gun. In fact, that's 60% rail now. He's going to grab himself a mega health. It's the last one before the quad, and he's in the quad area already. It seems very switched on. Good. And this railgun, the bounce pad, 10th impressive. You need to hit those ones if you're going to go for them. And he's doing quite a good job of stopping anybody setting up any earlier than
wow,
aCtion.
That rocket was brilliantly placed.
That's so well placed. He's just doing a runner now, though. Funny Bee, he would just be eliminated anyway. And Nightops comes out on top. Look at the counters. He's taken so much damage. He just decides to bail on that attack, chasing that player around the corner. And
yeah, those shots have just eliminated any momentum he might have been able to build on this quad run. He's still got time to pick up some kills, but you know, he'd have been away at this point and roaming the map if he'd have maintained that stack.
he can't risk the bounce pad. Going to take the stair route in behind, maybe, or the teleporter. That's a good frag just before quad's going to run out. Could do with one more, but can't quite get it. He's only got 23 health now, so he's in a very vulnerable position.
I really have to say that l0wfly did a really nice job on countering that. And the positions they took up, it just made it so difficult for Nightops to actually start his quad run at any point. He was just not able to get going at all.
Almost getting an excellent frag on FRS, but really probably a bit of a dangerous switch to lightning gun, considering his health load. Because he has given away a lightning gun as one spawned as well, so 2 l0wfly players suddenly in control of lightning guns, which is the kind of weapon they want to be utilising. And look at this, FRS does have a railgun to counter the rails across the map. He's at 57% rail as well.
And he has 45 health though, so it is a risky game if he's shooting out against another railer.
Oh, probably shouldn't have switched away from the shotgun there, but I mean, Dash must have had a pretty good stack on him. He's at 41 health still. Did counter FRS pretty effectively. 7 frags is the margin between the two. 25 seconds until the next quad. There's 3 quads remaining on the map, and they're going to be vital.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, we haven't seen a monstrous quad run so far, and you know, just one from either team could turn this game. I mean, aCtion could put themselves in a insurmountable lead, or l0wfly could completely turn this game around with a good quad.
Go Dash, taking that quad. Got a point blank range rocket as well and still survived it out. Look at that, baiting the... Oh, Red, it's actually a kind of jump that caught him out there, and...
That was a pretty bad quad run for someone as experienced as Dash to just make it that easy.
I think missing that railgun shot really clouded his mind on the next maneuver, because he was set himself up for that railgun shot and then he just missed it. I mean, it just kind of surprised me, the slight angle difference that I expected the player to jump it, but you got to keep focused. You can't just go up bounce pads when you got a quad like that and you're low health. So they've wasted a good opportunity to really extend that lead further, and it is a close game here. I mean, 2 quads remaining. We're just in to the last 4 minutes.
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised. I mean, it was a good opportunity. I mean, someone as experienced as Dash, I'd have expected him just to take a little bit of time, just to, you know, check some armor and health positions, just to top himself up a bit before going looking for kills.
There you go, 1 frag game. They are paying the price at the moment. What the hell happened to 666 there? I'm not really sure. FRS will switch round to, and it's a tied game. Remember how important we emphasised this game would be in the group stage. The winner of this is going to get a big advantage and opportunity to go through as one of those top 3 qualifiers in the group. And it is only the first match, so not everything is lost, of course, but it's a key match and both teams desperately want to win it. l0wfly now hit that century first, 2 frags the margin. 9 seconds to go before this quad. FRS going in aggressively there. Nightop's in a very good position in terms of armor. It has a shotgun and a rail. Misses his shots though. Hits that rail. Needs to hit a second. He does. He gets caught in the back though. Funny B must have had a very large stack of armor there. Drops down for the 25. Got to be cautious. He isn't going to go up that bounce pad on this occasion. Despite, I think, actually having teammates there in support. Oh my god, he gets caught out! ZLC, if only he knew he had 5 health.
Yeah, no way he could have known, realistically.
1 machine gun bullet would have got the frag, and Funny B having to back off there. He's trying to try and risk it. Oh my god, how did he survive that? And that was probably a vitally important frag there to keep retaining
that was
the red.
Huge. I mean, it was only a couple of frags, but now look at the score. They're 8 frags ahead.
Great run by Funny B. I mean, he took the risk of the bounce pad and it paid off on that occasion. I wouldn't necessarily advise it, but you know, that's what it takes. Big runs from big
Yeah, the only thing
match
I'd
players.
say is, I mean, if you hit the quad with the rail, you know, and you're whoever hit him on aCtion, I mean, do you then know that the quad might be weak, and do you tell your teammates? I mean, then they don't have to go for the spectacular, you know, mid-air grenades, mid-air rockets. They can just try with the machine gun, perhaps.
Well, I mean, was it ZLC? Would have been the hero. He got the grenade kill. We saw Funny B do a nice triple nade kill earlier, so that's a good rail from Dash there. 70 impressive. Catches out the player jumping for the red, but he's been caught out in the corner there by FRS. Machine guns him down. Let's switch around to some other players' side end set. Again, the guy with the stack. We see he's getting a lot of armor on this map. Is he making it tell over?
Well, honestly, to some extent, yeah. I mean, this is a close game after all. He does have a +10 net, so he's doing a good job of it.
Whoa, just runs out of rockets at the wrong time. He did a lot of damage to Gooder, but not enough to get the frag. I mean, 1 second to go. There's his penultimate quad. Sorry, final quad.
Great rail shot as well. That's a real bonus kill, that.
Well, he needed that one because it's 2 frag margin and they've got 1 minute remaining to get this one back. 2 frags. If the margin make that 1 frag. No, 2 frag, 3 frags. They got a quad and he's countered, and it's 4 kills now. That
was huge, that kill from Silent Set.
Wow, 6 frag it's built out to despite not having the quad. It's still not completely over, but
I-
Silencer, 150 armor on the board, rampaging across the map against 4 freshly spawned action players.
I have to say, his kill of the quad, I think, has won it. I mean, you can ignore
10
anything he's
frags.
doing now. This is unexpected, perhaps.
Excellent play by Silencer there. Doing a lot of damage, still rushing out, just stopping action, having any chance they dive on top of him, but 10 seconds remain and it's 8 frag margin. It's honestly not going to happen, and perhaps this is a shock result for.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a total shock, but aCtion, you know, they're the experienced team, they've played together more. I mean, were perhaps a slight favourite. But it's an absolutely brilliant win for l0wfly, and you have to say now, they'll be expecting to qualify from this group after taking out a team like aCtion.